What's up YouTube, Baby Gamer here, and welcome to another Fortnite video. Um, Wanted to make a video today going over all the drift skins I have, because I have all of them. I have an issue, I have a problem, and I probably need to get it sorted out, to be honest, because I've bought every drift skin that is ever released. Yep, but let's just get right into it. So, here we have the Season 5 Battle Pass Tier 1 drift, and it's still my favorite skin, probably, because it was my first Battle Pass skin I ever had. Aside from that one Viking that was in the Battle Pass 2 at Tier 1, but, yeah, Drift is, my favorite Battle Pass skin, probably, I'd say. I have all the edit styles, of course, you know, they're all amazing. My favorite one's probably Stage 5, but if I had to choose another one, I'd probably go with Stage 3. It's pretty neat looking, not too bulky. Overall, just a great skin. And of course, Rift Edge. I don't have any back bling on because he didn't have a back bling at the time. He only ever had his pickaxe, and I have the Season 5 Wind Umbrella just because that's what I used with him a lot back in the day. So, yep. And he also had this Drift spray. I don't remember. I think this was in Season 5. Pretty sure it was Season 5. Yep, Season 5. Yep, and moving on to the next one. Next, we have Summer Drift with his two edit styles. You can go either shirtless or with the shirt, which I do like the shirt quite a bit. I would buy this in real life if it was out, but yeah. He had the Uzi, which is the water gun back bling. Dual edges, which I love almost more than Rift Edge, honestly. They just look so clean. Having two of these dual-wield pickaxes is just great. Rift Edge fits so well when it's with the dual edge. Moving on, we have the Drift Stream Glider. I kind of wish they gave Drift this glider, because he really only had his pickaxe in the Battle Pass. I'm glad we actually got one, though. It is quite nice. I'm not usually fond of gliders that are like this, but I do like this one. Probably just because it's the drift theme, but yep. And then he had his I don't really know how like the proper way to say that, so I'm not even gonna try it. His wrap, which is just really clean. The animation's really cool. Nothing too flashy, but it is really nice. Goes well with everything pretty much, and it really fits him. Like I said, there's two edit styles here that you can use, but yep, that would do it for the Summer Drift. Moving on to Singularity. I'm counting this because she does have the Drift color palette style. You can go with the default, upgrade, or the upgraded helmet. Little nice detail on the helmet is it does have that symbol that Drift has on his mask, so pretty cool. This was released in Season 9. It was the secret skin, and I usually use the dual edge, and I also used this quite a bit with it. Well, this wasn't out in Season 9, and I tried to keep the items from each season together. I just figured I'd use this one all the time with the Rift Rider, so yeah, I just went with it. And the wrap here, I do use this quite a bit when I use Singularity with this style. Moving on to Season 10. For Season X, we have Catalyst, which is the female version of Drift, obviously, as you can see. Her original color palette was just the black and purple, but you can also go between black and purple to Rift Storm and Snowstorm. She also has the here, I'm going to switch to the black so you can see the no mask and no hoodie. There's the hoodie edit style, the overcoat, and the overcharged, which is pretty much, you can tell this is just a female Drift, pretty much. Pretty cool skin. One of my favorites, and she actually came with the Atmosphere back bling, and didn't have a pickaxe, but I use dual edge whenever I use Catalyst, so you could use Rift Edge too. They're interchangeable. But the Rift Rider is the glider, of course, and it's pretty cool. I do kind of prefer Summer Drift's glider quite a bit, actually. So, but this was cool since I didn't at the time have the glider for Summer Drift. With Catalyst came the Rift Lightning, which is just a really great contrail. It's one of my favorites. It's one of the only ones that I actually use. So, yep. And she had the Maximum Drift wrap, which is just phenomenal. Great with everything, pretty much. I use it for a lot of skins that aren't even related to Drift. Just a lot of the more like for instance, the cube skins. I use this with a lot of them too. So she also had the Catalyst spray, which is just her own version of the Drift spray, as you can see here. Yep, and that will do it for Catalyst. Moving on to Chapter 2, Season 3, we have Fade. Well, he doesn't look like a Drift at first. You can tell he is pretty much supposed to be like an evil version of Drift with that mask. It's not the same fox mask as Drift. I think this is an Oni mask, actually. You can see the colors are black and silver with purple instead of the black and gold with the pink. So, a bit of a different take on Drift. More proof that he is supposed to be like a different version of him is the pickaxes being called Eon Blades, but his pickaxe is called Eon Edge, similar to Rift Edge. It even looks pretty similar, all things considered. It does look pretty similar to Rift Edge. He has the Infinite Bloom back bling, which actually did come into effect. This bloom came into effect in the Season 6 live event for Chapter 2, which was pretty cool that they actually teased this so long beforehand. His pickaxe, or his glider was the Convergence, and it kind of just fits the whole Rift aesthetic. He didn't have a contrail, so I just went with the Maximum Drift. But yeah, that is pretty much all for Fade. Moving on to Snowdrift, you can see he is a variant of the Stage 2 edit style for Drift. You can see here he doesn't have the hoodie yet, doesn't have the mask on him, so he is a variant of the Stage 2. It's really cool though, because just the hair is even more like ice looking than the original, so they didn't just recolor the original model. I think this even has a different face model, interestingly enough. If I remember correctly, I saw somewhere that this was actually a different face model. But I do like how they did change it up quite a bit to make it different from the Stage 2. He has this really cool back bling. I like it quite a bit. It's like a ice version of his mask, so that's pretty cool. It even has some little things hanging off of it, little ice shards. For his pickaxe, they gave him dual or glacial rift edges, but he also has a variant that looks more similar to his pickaxe. Although it's quite a bit different from his pickaxe, it is still called Glacial Rift Edge. But it is really cool and I do like it quite a bit. He didn't have a glider, contrail, or a wrap, so I just go with the holographic pretty much all the time for him. And Indigo Ice, just because he is a snow skin, so that's just my personal preference. But if you have any more wraps that you use, then that's really cool. But moving on to my personal favorite. Moving on, we have Tuna Fish with the Drift edit style. I love it. This was I was so excited to see that he had a Drift edit style back in Season 5. He did have some stuff to go with him, but it doesn't really fit the Drift theme, so I kind of just give him his the other Drift items because it fits more. I usually use the Atmosphere back bling with the Rift Edge pickaxe and the Drift Stream. And you could use the wrap that goes with Summer Drift if you wanted to, but it's kind of just up to you. But yeah, I do kind of like though how you can see, since it is on his back, you can see it. The back bling does have a bit of an outline to kind of make it match a little bit more. I don't know if that was what their purpose or their intention was with that, but I'm gonna tell myself that's what it was, to make it kind of blend a little bit better. But who knows? It does kind of make it look better. So, but yep, that will do it for tuna fish. Moving on to Vi. I think this was a crew pack early on when they started doing these. I think it was the second or third one. But as you can see, it is a drift related skin. I think this is part of the Fox Clan set, maybe. But right here you can see the Fox Bow Quiver. I think this was the first quiver back bling that I actually ever owned. So I know there's a lot more that were out at the time, but this is the first one that I actually owned. So. Then we have the Crooked Claw, pretty cool. Nothing too special in my opinion. She did not have her own glider or contrail or wrap, I don't think, so I just go with the Drift Stream, no contrail, and the wrap that goes with Summer Drift. So this skin does have a Arctic edit style that you could use, same with the backbling and pickaxe, of course. So if you wanted to have a more winter vibe, she does have these ice crystals hanging off, so that is pretty cool, a pretty cool touch. It also fits with the Arctic Drift, so yep, that will do it for this one. Okay, so All Hellos Steve is really only associated with Drift by this mask edit style, so this one is going to be like the most off of all of them, since the colors aren't really matching at all with the Drift theme except for his mask. The mask you can see is different in a lot of ways too, like the symbol on his forehead isn't really the same at all. The eyes aren't glowing. The mask is a bit wider on the bottom part, so for him I usually go with this black and gray like camo edit style with the red on the inside, and I'll use the I forget what the Eternal Shield as well as Scratch Mark with the red edit style. I see a lot of people don't like this pickaxe, but I do like it quite a bit. I also use it because the shape is pretty similar to Rift Edge with its shape and stuff, so that is why I use this for this version of Drift. I just use the Webbrella for this, as well as the Boogeyman Wrap. And just a lot of really cool things you can do with this. It does have quite a few different things you could, like the mask has a lot of different styles that you can use, so yeah. Has all these colors you could do, that you could use. But yeah. That will do it for the All Hellos Steve. Moving on to Driftwalker, one of my favorite variants of Drift, in my opinion. Just like the best one, at least for Halloween at least. He has 3 different edit styles, with the original being based off of the stage 1 for him, having the sharp claws, the clothes are all torn. He has this really cool effect on his clothing, which reminds me of the symbiote, to be honest, which I know it's not, but it does look similar. He has those dead eyes. Everything here is a different model from the original, so it wasn't just reused stuff. You can see even his head's a bit more skeletal. Like you can see where the dips are in the skull on the sides there. Really cool. Stage. I think this is based off his stage 3 or 4 edit style. But you can see the mask isn't a fox, it is a bat this time, which is a really cool touch. It really adds to the vampire aesthetic. And you can see his claws, and his clothes are even more torn, and he has some spikes coming out of his arms, which is really cool. His shoes a bit torn too. Just the glowing pink eyes and stuff. Moving on to the Regal Driftwalker is of course based off of his overcharged edit style. His right arm is completely missing the clothing, or the cloth and stuff. You can see he has a wrap on there now. More spikes on his arms, just, it is overcharged, so there is the lightning effect. Really cool. Everything on him is kind of torn up. Just a really cool skin. I do personally prefer the stage 1 and stage 2 variants of him over the overcharged, but yeah, really cool skin. His back bling is the broken fractal wings, which is, has the same material as his Rift Edge, but it's more corrupted. Corrupted Rift Edges is just a really cool pickaxe, or I guess I should say set of pickaxes. Everything about them is just like, they're humongous swords that are based on his dual rift edges, or dual edge, I guess I should say. Oh, dude, that glider is sick. It is called the, if I could see what it's called, I don't know if I can or not. Corrupted Tendrils. Phenomenal. Just really cool, really intimidating too. Look at that thing. He is so intimidating. But yeah, he didn't have any contrail or any wrap, so that will do it for the Driftwalker. Now for our final drift skin for now, because I'm sure they're going to release more very soon. We have, it's not really a drift skin, but it does have a drift edit style. It's the Fearless Flusher skin. This was one of their Chapter 1 skins they released a few days ago. It has styles for every Chapter 1 season, just kind of going around that theme. And for Season 5, they chose Drift. You can see even the name is Drifted, so has basically the color palette of Drift with that signature symbol that he has on his mask going on to the jacket, or whatever you would call this. I think it's just a track jacket. But anyway, he came with a. He didn't really come with it, but I had to buy it separately. The season signature with the drift mask. This is the same as his as the drift spray. Same symbol and stuff, almost identical actually. So yeah, that would be this whole little combo here. The skin itself is really cool. I chose Jonesy because he is the most iconic skin in my opinion for Battle Royale. But yeah, that will probably do it for the skin. Really cool, like it a lot. His back bling is also really cool. I could use this with Drift whenever I use him again. But for him, I either go with Dual Edge or Rift Edge. You could use either one really. Or you could use any other pickaxe, I really don't care. For him, I also go with the Beach Umbrella because it's just a nice clean glider for this really clean skin. And the wrap for Summer Drift because I like it a lot. And it goes well with all of the drift skins, so. But that will do it, I believe, for all of the Fortnite drift skins that I own currently. I think that's all of them, besides maybe Swift if you count him in the drift family. He is clearly based off drift, but is kind of different, like different enough so I don't really count him as a drift. But, yep, that will do it. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe. That will do it for today.